are going to die for sure. Now if you see, even Ola or Uber, a disrupted technology in next 5 to 10 years is going to be disrupted by having self-driven cars. Because the thing is, like, people now, what's going to happen, like the consumers, the people who develop these products are going to be the winners. And that's why it is so important. The golden statement over here is, the collective forces of the change are so powerful that over the next decade or so, nearly half of the current Fortune 500 companies will not even survive. Like if you just check out, okay, and that's why it is so important to do most important things. And these are the three types of people in the world. Always complain everything. Okay, basically there are like three set of people. The first set of people is always complain everything. The government is like this, my parents are like that, my mentors are like this, I go to this school, I go to this university. And I hope, like, see, I know no one who are watching this webinar are from that category. The type 1 category won't even have come to watch this webinar. They are not here. But we are in the type 2 and type 3. In the type 2 are the people always find solutions, always have answers. Like example, these are the people who work in top organization, top companies, who find solutions, who find answers to the problems. They come up with the different answers, experiments, and they think about how to solve the issues like wisely and efficiently. And type 3 are the people, they are like very short, tiny set of people. Basically, they are all like visionaries. Like they just think about, the imagination level is like very high. They are like bold thinkers. They see every problem as an opportunity. Like someone complaining about something, they tell like, wow, this is a great opportunity, I can work upon it. See, there are like endless opportunities, like fresh water, agriculture, like clothing industry, airlines. There are like so many things which I'll be explaining. And that's why it is so important in today's world. Like we young generation, like we have to make sure that we think beyond our imagination. That's the most important thing. We need to be bold, the bold thinkers. The world needs like more warriors, and that is what is the most important thing. And because the curse of knowledge, like if you see, imagination which can change the world is not just because of knowledge. See, if knowledge was the thing, right, all the people like who are having the libraries must have become the biggest problem solvers in the world, and like they must have become billionaires, right? And that's not going to work. In fact, like lot of people have lot of knowledge. It's not the knowledge, okay? Remember this, it's not the knowledge which will help you go to the next level. It's all about like your thinking and imagination. There is no problem that entrepreneurs and innovation can't solve in this world. The most important thing is like imagination. Like you can work in an organization as an entrepreneur or entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. As well as like you are solving a problem, you are good to work anywhere. And three questions you have to ask yourself which can change your life. Listen to this like very carefully. Okay, like you are going to thank me one day in your life. Remember this, like three things which can change your life. Remove all like your distractions, everything, and listen to whatever I'll tell you right now. Ask why this. Like whenever you try to solve a problem, like whatever you have a goal in your life. That's the most important thing. When you have a goal, like you also have to ask the next question. Other things what you are solving, can it help million peoples? Can it change million people lives, if not a billion people? Are you truly obsessed? See, a lot of people tell I'm passionate about. See, I will tell you, passion is for losers. In my terms, like you need obsession. Do you feel doing the work are you doing now? If people can make fun of you, then you are at the right track, because crazy people are the people who can change the world. So watch yourself. When you wake up in the morning, do you want to hit the snooze button on your alarm or like your phone, or you just want to lie down for like 5 minutes, or like you just want to work? And remember this, if you are touching the snooze button and if you are sleeping for another 5 hours, 10 minutes, then you are doing something wrong. Just change it. Like if you want to do something, if you're not passionate about, stop it and start focusing on things which will help you wake up, like which will push you to work to the next level. And because see, passion is like, it can be like collecting coins, collecting phones, cars, etc. But you need obsession in order for you to do great things. And the next most important thing is ask, like, why now. Like, you have to ask, now you have figured out, ask why this, why you have to become a great uh, like, why do you want to experiment on a great technology. And next thing is you have to ask why now, why you have to do now. See, it is, people say you have to have a great idea, you have to have a great solution, you have to have a great technology, and you have to have a great team. It turns out to be the number one thing which predict your success. The most important thing is the timing, it's nothing else. Okay, in fact, I'll tell you, you can write down in a paper or something, 85% of your success comes from your communication skills, and like your negotiation skills, sales skills, and your thinking skills, and your leadership skills, and like your influencing skills. Only like 10 to 15% of your skills comes from your schooling and your college education. It's like you have to evolve more than what you are learning, right? And that's the most important. A survey which was made on Silicon Valley companies, like some of the best companies out there, when they analyzed, it turns out getting VC money only accounts for 15% of success. Lot of people tell why I'm not successful is because no one is investing in my project idea. See, it's not actually true. Only 15% of success comes from your VC, venture capitalist, or like someone investing in your company. Having a great product also is like only 20% of your success. The most important thing is like being on the right time. The timing is the most important thing. If your timing are right, that will blow my mind, because I would never have guessed the things what it's going to happen. Because important thing that whatever is happening right now is because it's all because of the things. What's happening right now is because like evolving. Evolving is the most important thing, because the thing is like if you don't evolve, it's going like you will be dying, and like you have to be in the right time, like you have to be at the right time, right place. And now just imagine, like, have you guys expected something like COVID is going to happen? Just tell me in the chat, okay? Have you guys ever thought like 5 years, 10 years back something will happen, and today like we will be having our classes on Zoom classes, or like the Google Meet, and no one literally imagined, right? And things got shifted so fast, and like overnight, within a month, Zoom, the people who had started using Zoom were like more than 10x, more than 100x people have started using. That means the set of things, the solutions that people need now are valuable today. Next 6 months ago would have not even thought. And suddenly the world is changing in this post-COVID. The set of services people needs are very different. The only part that is interesting here is what are the set of technologies that is going up now, which is better, the knee of exponential curve. This means the technologies are moving so fast that by the time your product is going to be ready, the technology is going to catch up. That means, because the key why the timing is good is all because of like what could have done in 5 years, like we are able to do within like few weeks and few months, and like we have to evolve extremely fast. The congruency and the convergence of these three technologies, timing, opportunities happens when the world goes through disruption. If you see all greatest best inventions, like if you see like Apple, when they got started in 1976, when Steve Jobs came and when he tried to invent, right, he used to face so many problems no one even imagined. Steve Jobs had a vision, like 1,000 songs in an iPod, like people have to listen. He went on it, he went all in, he loved extremely what he wanted to do, and then he went upon. And even Microsoft, Bill Gates, in the year 1975, in the 1990s, when the computers were coming. In fact, Bill Gates got even an offer from IBM in 1999 or like 2000, where IBM wanted to buy the entire Microsoft. In fact, Bill Gates didn't agree with that. He wanted to make sure that every person in the world has a system in his house. And today we have more than 100% penetration of the technology. And some of you guys must be having a laptop, two PCs or computers. That's more than 100% penetration. And Amazon also, like like see how technology helped us. Like we are able to get the fastest things, like fastest delivery, the wide range of products from a click of a button. Like you are able to take Airbnb. In 2007 Facebook came. It was all like big problems. Facebook, he wanted to find his partner, and when he was at Stanford he created Facebook app. And today, like everyone in the world, we are connected in the hyper connected world. Like Paytm, see when demonetization happened, when the economy went down, like everybody was shouting what the heck is happening. But if you see, like demonetization came, like companies like Paytm was born overnight. Like the company became like so big, right? Jio, like the big problem, like Mukesh Ambani's daughter, she complained to his dad, like the internet connection in our house is not good or not fast, and they started to evolve and they adopted. Today Jio has helped like millions of like billions of people across India, right? And now if you see, like recently Clubhouse, how many of you guys are using Clubhouse, right? The app which was launched on iPhone, and today it's like I think it's even on Android as well. In the April 2020, in this COVID season, right? And in the year like 2020, yeah. And today it's evaluated like more than $4 billion. And that is how fast the technology is changing, and that's why it is so important to adopt. And now comes the third thing, the most important thing. Like you have to ask, why you? The question you ask is, how are you different? This is the most important thing you have to ask yourself. You believe, like you have to ask your gut, like your institution, like you have to ask, you believe what others don't believe. What is that thing you are believing which nobody, like your friends, family members, teachers, cousins, friends, no one is believing in you? And what is that you believe that other people don't believe in you? That is what you have to work upon. What is that question you are asking that is different from everybody else? Because at the end of the day, if you believe in the same thing that everyone does, you are solving the same way, and you are just like the same way like everyone else, like the masses. But if you think like a different, like the Peter Thiel, like self-made billionaire investor tells, what is the one thing which you believe everyone disagrees with, and like what? So the way I ask this question to myself is very different. The question which you have to ask, how you are going to make the things different, and you have to ask yourself. And the golden statement over here is, asking the right questions is more of a key to success than having the right answers. See, pat yourself back if you are a person who always asks questions. In fact, I was so fortunate enough to have like great teachers in Reva University and wherever places I go. I always used to ask so many questions. In fact, I had asked like so many questions to Manvi sir, like Kiran sir, Nayak sir, even Shamaraju sir. Whenever there was an event happening, I used to always be learning, and that's why today I'm over here. And that's why I always tell you guys also, always ask. If you find anyone who is like little bit smarter, taller, stronger, anywhere in the world, whether he is like younger or elder, it doesn't matter. Ask them. It doesn't matter if you're wrong. What are you going to do one day when you die? Don't have regrets in your life. Ask. The universe only will give you when you ask. If you don't ask, you will never get anything. And catching trends early is the most important. In next 5 to 10 years, half of the Fortune companies won't be there. As I've said, we are living in the best time in the world in 2021. Opportunities are endless. We are going to talk about half of the Fortune companies will be gone, and the things will be disrupted, and the things which can make you like billions of dollars. What are the things? And billion-dollar industries, and why timing is crucial. Let me give you these examples. Why did such a big company died? Like Nokia. I still remember like the phone when I was in my school days, right? I was not able to see like any touchscreen phone or all these phones. Almost I believe like everyone today have a smartphone, and it will be like foolish question if I ask that. Like almost everyone have, some even have like 2 phones. Like these phones are not even there today, because what happened? Such a big company, Nokia was such a big company, right? What did it happen? Like where is Nokia today? Today it's like bankrupt and it's gone because they didn't evolve fast. And if you see BlackBerry, it's one of my favorite brands as well. Like few years back, the encryption, the protection over here in BlackBerry is like top notch. Some of the world's best scientists, hackers in the world, everyone uses this phone. And today it's also nowhere because they didn't adopt to the new changes. And how many of you guys know Orkut? I believe like when I was in my school, in my class 6 or class 7, I used to have this. It's just like Facebook, and today it's gone because they didn't evolve fast. And Kotak, one of the very big camera companies in the world, like few hundred years back or something, this was such a big company. They used to have like the tape, like the movie tape, or like where we used to print the photos, and they didn't evolve. Like they thought this is the thing which people will be using soon. Like Sony came, Nikon came, and they disrupted overnight the camera industry, right? And see over here, this is the most important picture. Like you guys have to see, in 2009, if anyone had to shoot any movie or like shoot any shot or any photo, there was a rocket, not rocket, sorry, the helicopter. There was a person on a helicopter. There should be a pilot, there should be a cameraman, and there is a camera, right? Two people, for like pilot and a cameraman and the camera. And if you see in 2021, drones came overnight. A pilot also lost his job, and even like the videographer who is taking over here. See, I mean, there are like still more opportunities for them, but the technology is evolving so fast. That is the point which I want to convey. Like you have to upgrade yourself fast. And let's go to the quantum future. The collective forces of change are so powerful that our next decade or so, like half of the Fortune 500 companies will be gone and make up the world's most valuable companies. And like if I show you the graph, and in fact even at the Stanford commencement address, Steve Jobs said, of course it was impossible to connect the dots looking forward when I was in college, but it is very clear, like by looking backwards. Again, you can't connect the dots looking forward what's going to happen. Like you have to connect the dots by looking what's happening behind. You have to trust in something like your gut, destiny, karma. Approach that with full confidence and conviction, and this will help you to reach your goal super fast. And if you see in 2006 and 8, this is like the graph. Okay, you guys can check on Google as well. Like the top companies in 2006 was ExxonMobil, General Electric, Microsoft, Citigroup, PP, Royal Dutch Shell. Now if you see in 2018, this was like 2 years back, like 3 years back approximately. If you see all the top 10 companies and all the companies over here, apart from Microsoft, right, almost everything is a new opportunity and a new company. And that's why it is so important to evolve fast. If you don't evolve fast, these companies have gone down, some have gone even bankrupt, some have gone like far away. And that's why it is so important. Now if you see like Tesla, like the Elon Musk, now there are like so many car companies, like Toyota is there, BMW is there, Honda, Hyundai, all these companies. Like Tesla came from nowhere. Like it came like few years back, electric car, and today it has like market capitalization which is like much more than, including all the companies if you add as well. Today it is more because they adopted to the new change and the technology. Now see, today we can see the cars which is run on the petrol, diesel, CNG and LPG, all these things. But next we are going to see a trend in next 1, 2 or 3 years, but very for sure very soon, but I don't know exact date or time, but it's going to evolve where we are going to see only electric cars, and maybe after a few years we'll see flying cars as well. Now what's going to happen if electric car comes? When the fuel price is very less and it is much effective, even like normal cars are going to fall down. It's going to fall back if they don't adopt, and that's why it is so important to adopt. Now the golden statement over here is, the minute you believe something is impossible, it becomes impossible for you. The word impossible itself says I am possible. You just have to believe in yourself and start working on the things what you're really passionate about, which technology which you can go about and where you can help like millions of people's lives, and that should be your goal. And the most important next pillar is 3. Intellectual curiosity, the entrepreneur's superpower. See, moonshot appears to be impossible not only for lack of courage but lack of knowledge as well. Curiosity is our mechanism for bridging the gaps in our understanding of what is possible. What we don't know and we don't find out is sometimes going to the great lengths to do so. most of the world's greatest scientists are not necessarily the most talented, but they are most compelled by curiosity. Like Albert Einstein often spoke and wrote to the enjoyment of seeing the searching, and it is the inexhaustible joy, the thrill return again and again. With every question there is a like answers and pros. Curiosity doesn't come about comfort. Curiosity has no fear of unknown. Curiosity is being drawn to novel things because they are like new, change and unknown. And that's the most important thing, like imagination. Everything starts from imagination. And here's the golden statement. People often say sky is the limit. The sky is not the limit. There is no such limit. It's the artificial boundary. Imagination is our only limit. Imagine you're going in an aeroplane or something. You don't tell to your mom, I am going in the sky or on the sky. Like you're going beyond the sky, right? And that's why it's all about our imagination. Because see, any great invention, like if you see like Disney or like whatever it is, or like Walt Disney when he invented Disneyland. First thing is even Taj Mahal, like Mumtaz Mahal, like Taj Mahal built it, right? Let's even take the example of our Shamaraju sir, right? Before constructing Reva University, he had a vision and goal. Before Shamaraju sir was into construction, working, like helping like bridges, big apartments, like corporate companies, right? After his wife's goal, like he had to build an education sector which can impact millions of people's lives and give education to people. And first thing is they got a thought, and that thought, imagination is the most important. Then they made it into reality, right? And that's why it is so important to think. Now if you see mindset required for radical shift, society has developed a notion that you have a huge amount of money to be audacious. I don't believe taking good risk is something that anyone can do. Whenever you are in a team of 5 or 50 or 50,000 or even 5 million people, the most important thing is the secret ingredient is for you to become a moonshot entrepreneur is believing in yourself. The mindset is the key. And if you believe like you can do it, like you'll be able to achieve it. See, as the old saying goes, Alexander the Great, one of the world's greatest emperors lived. He said, I'm not afraid of the army of lions led by a sheep. I'm afraid of army of sheep led by a lion. And it's like so important, right? Like it's so important to have a lion in yourself, right? Everyone is lions, but we just have to make sure that like we utilize our strengths and work upon the most important thing. And you don't need to be expert to create a radical shift in the world. Like you must have heard always, like you have to be a great doctor, like you have to have like 10 PhDs and 7 Harvard degrees to become successful. No, it's not true. Guess what? It's the most interesting thing. It's like all about, in fact, we know nothing about what makes the most dangerous in the industry is because if you're expert, you can just do like 10% better than anyone else. Like 10%, okay? Just 10%. Because you are expert, you are incremental better than anyone else because you are put into one row. Like you can become little better, like because you are fixed into one thing. But if you are non-expert, you are able to challenge the foundation what experts have laid down. You suddenly disrupt, making it 10 times better, right? And that's why it's always said, kids have like more intellectual curiosity, more thinking ability. Go and ask like your brother or like your sister, like who is like 6 years or 5 years old. He's going to think, he's going to always ask question, why the sky is blue, why the trees are green, are we moving in the car, what's going to happen? And the parents and like will be like, hey, why are you asking this question, right? Because children are so curious. Curiosity is the key. And solving big audacious problems are easy. A lot of people think solving big problems is extremely difficult. It's not. See, the smartest people want to work upon like the biggest problems. It's the counterintuitive. It's easy to achieve it. Very audacious. The best and the most talented people want to solve the biggest problems. In fact, today I was seeing a newspaper, some Hyderabad girl got an opportunity to work in some top company, I think so, Google or Facebook. She backed like 2 crores package, right? Why did that girl would have gone there? Because it's a big opportunity, solving a big problem. Because see, smart people want to work on a toughest problem. They just don't want money. They want to live a life of legacy tomorrow, like helping a million people lives, will give you much more happiness than the money. See, money is like a byproduct. When you work upon something, when you give your heart, blood and soul, or working on a technology which can improve million people's life, obviously even your life will be improved, right? When you instead of being like stingy, thinking just about yourself, thinking about solving a problem which can help a lot of people, obviously you'll also become successful and money will come to you later, right? It should be all about solving problems. And the next big technologies which can evolve and which can change the world is like education, finance, agriculture, construction. There are like so many things. I've just written like few things. There are like freshwater problems, like there are like so many things. Okay, you can just explore the things what you're more passionate about. As we are running on time, like I'll go a little bit like faster. And education industries, the big problem is I can only take the horse to the pond to drink water instead of taking the horse to pond, make the horse thirsty. That's the most important thing. See, a lot of people after the age 30 or 35, a lot of people don't even touch the book. We think like reading book is like a curse. And the most important thing is like if you really want to evolve, like you have to love education, like you have to learn learning. It should be like in few years education is going to become like so fun, like virtual reality, like gamification is the key, right? Nowadays we read books which is like old books and we feel like bored, because if they don't change, even this industry is going to be disrupted, maybe by you or me or like someone else who is working upon it. And that's why everyone has an opportunity, gamifying the education and making it like bite-sized information, how to connect the dots. See, now only there are like so many experiments happening. You need not even read the whole book, just like a robot. How many of you guys have seen like robot just does like this and it's going to read everything? And there is like neuroscience which scientists and entrepreneurs are working upon. It's like a chip where you just feed the information and like everything into your head is going to be shifted within few fraction of seconds. And that's why you always have to evolve. And the golden statement is, the store to knowledge in the world is inconceivable, but knowledge hasn't solved the world's problem, and it cannot. The vast majority of the problems in the world and in the corporate boardrooms are caused by failures of imagination. Imagination is the key. Even the Albert Einstein, the great, said, it all starts with imagination. And machine learning, artificial intelligence is already changing the world. In 1998, when the internet started, in 2008, like social media started, like Facebook, like helped us to connect, like whole world hyper connected, two-way conversation started to happen between the customers and companies. See, be your customer and so you can be like your customer. That's the message. And then obviously a lot of data is required. See, power of technology is like entire new model of customer success. Just to give you a very quick snapshot dream, what your customer wants, if you're able to know, like you can win. Like imagine going to a bakery like in Bangalore near there was a famous bakery, I forgot its name, near Hebbal, near RT Nagar, right? There was a famous bakery. Me and my friend used to go there. And when we both went, the bakery person used to know what my friend is going to eat, like which cake he likes. And he used to personalize. And that gives us like more attention and attachment to that bakery compared to other bakeries over there near in Hebbal. Right? What happened? Because the bakery owner realized this person likes this cake, maybe the Black Forest cake or the chocolate cake, and he used to give us. But if you want to do in the large scale, we must need a bakery owner can't remember like 1,000 people names or like a million people what he wants. And here's what, like companies like Google and Facebook, what they did is like they started to deploy like the things like artificial intelligence, machine learning based on like your pattern, like your behavior pattern, based on your likes, based on your dislikes, from where you're from, like your education, like your beliefs, like your actions. Like they show you the ads, they show you everything what you need so that it becomes extremely easy for you. And that's most important. And here the golden statement, the most important thing is, don't pick a job, pick a boss. See, now once after you're getting graduated, right, you also have to make yourself proud, your parents proud, even the university proud. Because see, the most important thing is you are the most important for yourself, right? How you can change is by adopting. The first boss is your biggest factor in your career success. The boss who doesn't trust won't give you the opportunity to grow. I always tell you, if you even join a big organization in the world, like you can learn little bit slowly, but if you work in a startup or something, like you will be able to explore a lot of things, and like you can go to the next level. And that's the most important thing, picking up a right boss. I was so fortunate enough to had like so many mentors. I did like so many internships which helped me to come over here. Or else it would have taken another 10 to 15 years. By the age I'm 30 or like 40, when my hair would have grown like a grey color, right? And the only way how I was able to save time is having good bosses, mentors, and good teachers which helped me to grow where I am today. And that's the most important thing. And a conclusion of like today's webinar is, remember, you are just having one life. To get this human birth, it took us like 1:400 trillion years. Like you have to either risk it or like regret it. Work upon the technology which you are super passionate about. Surround yourself with the smart people and question them. Surround yourself with all great friends like toppers from various universities, mentors and teachers. And you always have to ask them questions. And that is the age we are moving towards. This is what technology enables us to do, and that's what you have changed the entire game plan by the time you are step out and start walking. The day you become humble is the day you become successful. The day you become a giver is the most important thing. Like become a giver, become humble more, and that's how like you will be able to help more people.